In other news, dozens of genres of music exist around the world, and new styles and varieties are being created every day. One Carroll student is leading a band that is working to add its own style to rock and roll culture.
Studio 415 reporter Ethan Honeycutt joins us in the studio for more on this story.
I had the chance to take a deeper look into Overlook, a band ran by 4 high school students trying to show the world what they are capable of and communicate their unique sound. Overlook originated in August of 2016 with the goal of introducing people to their unique sound created by mixing elements of jazz, blues, rock, and hip-hop. They say they see themselves as taking traditional aspects of music and putting them in a modern context. The band is led by lead guitarist and vocalist Carson Bowl and includes Jimmy Haynes on keyboard and vocals, Colin Christensen on drums, and Sam Bellavance on bass. Carson originally initiated contact between the band members to see if he could get something started around the Fort Wayne music scene.
I DM'd Colin and I was like, hey, do you just want to play sometime and see what happens? And he's like, well, actually, I'm starting a group with this guy named Jimmy Haynes and we need a guitar player and a singer. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So we got together and they brought Sam along because he plays bass really well, and it just kind of clicked. It just felt really good and we just kind of went off from there.
All of the band members had chemistry before music became their priority. This made the overlooked aspects of creating a band, such as coming up with a name, very easy.
We're all really big movie fans, and Jimmy is really into Kubrick, and we were watching The Shining, and he's like, well, Overlook is the name of the hotel in The Shining, and he's like, that sounds really cool. So he wasn't sure if we were going to be like the Overlooks at first or the Overlook, but we're like, that's too much, so we're just Overlook instead. After being together for only just over a year, the band has already been successful and officially recorded and published their first EP released on Apple Music. They're currently working on releasing their first full album. In the meantime, however, they perform at multiple different venues such as Joseph DeQuiz, the Trolley Bar, and a number of private events. They also play for a number of charities and local events such as the March for Our Lives protest in March. May 5th, we're going to be playing at Canterbury High School again for another fundraiser for the Dominican Republic. We're also going to be playing June 2nd downtown for the Beatles anniversary. That'll be fun. It's going to be all Beatles music. Should be a great time with a bunch of other bands that are really good too. While there are dozens of bands throughout Fort Wayne, Overlook sees themselves as a sort of standout from the rest. I just think all the different things we get our inspiration from, and the fact that we're so much younger than all the bands in Fort Wayne. All the bands in Fort Wayne are probably in their 30s or 40s, and then we show up to bars, because you can play at a bar in any age, and people are just like, who are these kids? And we're just, I guess you could say we're a lot more energetic on stage than some of the older people. Even though the band has already been successful, there have been many obstacles in their way, including school, jobs, and various other commitments. As well as the fact that 2 of the 4 band members will be attending college following next year, obviously creating difficulties in keeping the band together.
It's tough to say, I want to go far with this band. I love all the guys in it and we have a great time, but Jimmy and Carson are going to be seniors next year, and then they're going to graduate, and who knows what will happen from then. If they'll go to the same college, they'll stick together, or maybe not. I want to go far with it though, because it's super fun.
Yeah. The band has performed at many places throughout Fort Wayne, but one performance in particular stands out from the rest for these guys.
The most fun I've ever had on stage was that show at Canterbury. That was a lot of fun. We got people dancing and up and having a great time, so it was a lot of fun.
Be sure to check out Overlook on the website at overlookmusic.com or on the social media at Overlook_official. For Studio 415, I'm Ethan Honeycutt.